Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Their longtime Kroger store is shutting down. Some shoppers, though, are not ready to go to the fancy new Kroger across the street.
Oh, and a dog makes it clear this burglar isn't welcome inside a home in one local suburb. Even the friendliest dog just seems to have a way of knowing when something is wrong.
It was definitely the case in the city of Wayne when a thief broke into a home there looking for jewelry.
A home security camera shows what happened during a burglary that only took a few short minutes. Larry Spruill spoke with a very frustrated homeowner.
The homeowners tell me that the suspect made it seem very simple. He walked down the driveway, inside the home, out of the home, all within 5 minutes.
I got an alert on my phone saying that my alarm was going off. So I checked the cameras to see what was going on, and it looked like there was somebody in my house.
And Kristen King was right. Somebody was inside her home while they were at work.
11:15 in the morning, broad daylight, neighbors out in the streets, I'm sure. It's just broad daylight.
He ignored both her dog barking and alarm system going off.
I'm checking the cameras, and all of a sudden I see a man with a hoodie on.
Now you can see in this video the man walking throughout the home when he confronted her dog. Her security company called her at work.
We see him attacking your dog with a lamp. And I said, send 911 immediately.
King says the man pushed the dog inside of a room while he ruffled through her things in her bedroom. He grabbed her jewelry and left.
I've had some of that jewelry since I was a kid. Like my grandmother got me like charm bracelets, gold necklaces that I've collected throughout the years.
So once again, take a good look at this video. Do you know this man?
And I just hope that he's caught before he can do that to somebody else.
Reporting in Wayne, Michigan, Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Oh, well, you may have noticed the man had on gloves in the video, so he didn't leave police much to go on. That's why detectives are hoping that video helps generate some tips to identify that suspect. You can watch it again at clickondetroit.com.
Let's hope it does. We've got the weekend upon us finally, huh?
We do. Flower Day on Sunday. I'm really excited about that, and we'd like some nice weather, though rain would help after I get the flowers in the ground,
we need this very specifically ordered.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's right. Well, weather on demand. I've got that for you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got temperatures right now that are mostly in the 50s and low 60s. 63 now over at Metro Airport. But yes, we have a couple of showers that are around right now. Light to moderate moving across Washtenaw County, Lenawee County, part of Monroe County, headed for parts of Wayne County. Moving at around 20 miles per hour or so. So areas like Romulus, western Wayne County, you'll see either a sprinkle or scattered light shower between now and about 6:30. So within the next 30 minutes or so. Looking beautiful, though, as we look at downtown Detroit with some of those flowers still out. 63 degrees with a sprinkle over at the airport. So we may see a scattered shower at tonight's Tigers game. It might be around the time of the first pitch. Now, it'll be so light, I would not be surprised if the game started on time. So take your time coming downtown to Comerica Park, and then you expect dry weather afterward. Third, fourth, fifth inning, and afterward, mostly cloudy skies, cooler with temperatures in the 50s. But a better chance of rain by the end of the weekend. More on that coming up. Now remember, you can track these showers with the Local Forecasters app. Download it now. You can look at showers, thunderstorms anywhere in Southeast Michigan. Get the latest weather alerts, my forecast, the forecast from the rest of the local forecasters for free. Search WDIV in your app store.
All right, Andrew, we've got a Help Me Hank recall for you tonight. Fiat Chrysler recalling more than 200,000 Chrysler Pacifica minivans, covering certain models between the 2017 and 2019 model years. Company says the vans could lose power-assisted steering or the engines could stall, which could increase, of course, the risk of a crash. So far, though, no crashes nor injuries have been reported. Automaker says if the engine does stall, you can restart it immediately, and the vans can be driven without power steering. But owners will be notified, of course.
Okay, now to a Local 4 News update. The search is on for a man wanted for several break-ins in East Point. Take a look here. This is Mario Tyran Jackson. Police say he's responsible for several break-ins, including one at a Dairy Queen and a high school. We're told Jackson may have altered his hairstyle and has a mark or scar under his eye. Police believe he also may be responsible for multiple nearby home break-ins. If you know where he is, call police.
It is the end of an era. A Kroger store at Michigan Avenue and Outer Drive set to close Saturday, tomorrow. Back in the 60s, it was a Holiday Inn. In the mid-90s, turned into a Farmer Jack. Well, now longtime Kroger customers are saying goodbye. In fact, they're planning a candlelight vigil. Let's get to Priya, man. Priya, this is really a wild story. I heard about this yesterday from someone who lives there. To these folks, the Kroger across the street just isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, the biggest complaint, Devin, is accessibility off Michigan Avenue. Now, that is the newer Southside Kroger, which literally sits across the street from the old Northside Kroger. Now, longtime customers say they love the parking, the people who work there, and the products. And now they want to give this Kroger a proper send-off.
It's going to be hard to leave it.
Charlene Kernan has been coming to this Dearborn Kroger at Michigan and Outer Drive for years. She remembers when it was a Farmer Jack back in the mid-90s. Affectionately nicknamed Kroger Jack, this location has been much more than just a place to shop.
Here in Dearborn, grocery stores are about as much of a community space as we have. Around here, you're more likely to see your neighbor at a grocery store.
The Dearborn Historical Museum posted about a candlelight vigil here Saturday afternoon when the doors closed for good.
There's nothing wrong with doing a candlelight vigil. It's a show of respect to a business that they all loved.
It may seem extreme, but some say it's a fitting tribute.
I think that's a nice thing. I think that they deserve that because they've been working hard.
In a twist, there's actually a newer Kroger right across the street, but many longtime customers of the Northside Kroger aren't exactly fans.
I don't like that Kroger.
Why?
I like this one. I like the people here. It's easier to get in.
Accessibility to this one here is much easier than the one over there.
It's a toss-up as to how many people will come here Saturday, candle in hand.
I guess that's kind of cool that they do that. I'm going to miss it, but I don't know if I'll come to the big ceremony.
I might come tomorrow. Depends on what the weather and that is like, but yeah.
Well, Charlene, our forecasters say that we're going to have a little bit of rain in the morning, but clear skies and a lot of sunshine in the afternoon, so Mother Nature should be cooperating. Meanwhile, a separate Facebook event for this candlelight vigil has about 380 people who say they're thinking about going, with 100 people who've committed to going, and part of their post says, come bring a candle, a good memory, and your Kroger card. We'll watch Kroger close while playing some sad songs. Truly the end of an era. Reporting live from Dearborn, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Wow, you have to wonder what the Kroger higher-ups are thinking. Are they touched by this sentiment or worried that they haven't been able to try the new one? But Priya, we heard her say she liked the workers at the older store. So are the workers moving to the new one? What's going on with them?
Yeah, that's right. They've all been offered jobs at various Kroger locations throughout Metro Detroit, but really it comes down to people, right? And a lot of folks have made longtime connections with the employees here, so it'll be sad to see it go. Send it back to you.
Yeah, all right, Priya.
Well, a sobering reminder of the epidemic that is human trafficking and prostitution that hits close to home. Warren police announcing the results of what they call Operation Crusade. So far, 35 people arrested with more than 75 charges for prostitution, drugs, and more being handed down. The people arrested from all over southeast Michigan, including Roseville, Detroit, Macomb County, and more. Heroin and crack cocaine, among other drugs, taken off the streets as part of the investigation.
This thing has just massively grown. It's just like the drug epidemic that we're going through currently. I mean, we're dealing with the human trafficking as an epidemic for us to enforce.
Now, the initial sting started just a couple of days ago and wrapped up this morning. Warren police say they're not done yet.
In good health tonight, flu season is finally winding down in most places. It is May, but it's still been a busy week in the local doctor's offices. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge outside to show us what's on the rise and what's going around where you live. Frank?
Believe it or not, some doctors are still seeing flu cases, but it's definitely on the way out in most places. Upper respiratory issues in general are a big problem this week. Here's what's going around where you live. In Wayne County, the CVS Minute Clinics say viral upper respiratory infections top the list there, and spring allergy symptoms are rising. Beaumont Dearborn is treating many cases of RSV, and Beaumont, Canton, Trenton, and Wayne all report a few cases of flu. Doctors are also seeing a lot of stomach viruses and outdoor injuries. Moving to Oakland County, Dr. Tim O'Neill at Clarkson Medical Group says the flu just won't quit there. He's also treating stomach viruses, strep throat, and allergies. The CVS Minute Clinics in Milford and Walled Lake are seeing sinus infections and some cases of poison ivy. Looking at Washtenaw County, doctors at U of M report colds, stomach viruses, upper respiratory infections, and increasing numbers of outdoor injuries. The health department is seeing sporadic cases of flu. Heading Monroe County, the ER at ProMedica Monroe Regional is treating asthma flare-ups and sports-related injuries in kids. Dr. Anthony Songo reports sinus infections and some coughs in his patients this week. Checking out Macomb County, Dr. Jamie Oliveira at McLaren Macomb says allergy and asthma symptoms have increased significantly. Outdoor injuries are also up. Stomach viruses have tapered off a lot, but are still coming in. The CVS mini clinics are treating sinus infections and some serious ear infections. Finally, in Livingston County, Ascension Medical Center in Howell reports lots of stomach viruses this week. Spring allergies are an issue as well. Doctors have seen an increase in adults developing seasonal allergies for the first time. So if you have a scratchy throat, itchy eyes, or a runny nose that just won't quit this spring, it may not just be a cold. Back to you.
All right, Frank.
Lester Holt and his team getting ready for nightly news tonight at 6:30.
And off to New York we go, where Lester's standing by with a preview. Hi, Lester.
Hey, Devin and Kim, ahead tonight, the judge in the Larry Nassar sex abuse case speaks out to us how she gave his victims their voice. Plus, required vacation. We're going to talk about the length some companies are going to de-stress their employees during stressful times.
A required vacation. I trust that will come with instructions on how to sign up for that.
Yeah, it sounds nice. I know. I spoke to the CEO of a company that enforces that very policy, and he really means it. His employees are totally unplugged. They can't even check their email. Oh, how sweet that would be. We're going to talk about what's behind that and also about the state of Americans when it comes to stress when we see it tonight.
A lot of people really cannot disconnect.
That's true. I'll look forward to that. Okay, Lester, we'll see you soon.
Watch.
A lot of people call themselves Trekkies, but only a few can say they were actually on the ship. Sean.
We're inside the Star Trek exhibit here at the Henry Ford, and we're talking with George Takei.
That's my station right there.
Leading up to his visit to Detroit Comic-Con.
That's going to be cool. He's such a good guy. All right, Sean. Also, a man in prison accused of attacking his former girlfriend. He asked his mother to do him a favor, and now she's in trouble too with the feds. That's coming up.